It don't matter how hot the girls are. If your music is lame, we can help with that, though. The Professional Adult Nightclub DJ Association presents Panda Off the Charts. Brand new tracks for the strip club industry to make your set sound fresher, more energized, and to keep things bumping. Here are your hosts, Danny Meyers, Elon Fong, and Bob Chiappardi.
Welcome back to Panda Off the Charts. So what's hot in the strip clubs podcast on Pantheon Podcast Network. We promised you our guest, Mike's Dead, is going to be joining us, and Mike is here with us today. Mike, how are you?
Yo, how's it going, guys?
Doing good. So my first question, of course, the name Mike's Dead. Now this is Mike apostrophe S Dead. So Mike is dead. Who died?
See, I will say I can't give you too much information on that. That is the one that's the one question I've been asked in almost every interview since I started, and I don't answer. Because it's a huge response.
It's a legal question, and as his counsel,
legally, I didn't bury bodies. No. But I will say that it's a concept that will further become revealed as the project grows.
Nice. Huh. I have a theory.
That's all I can hint at.
I have a theory. He's actually an alien that was shot down over Canada recently. He killed the original Mike and replaced him, but nobody knew. And so he thought he's being clever. But I'm on to you, Mr. Alien. I'm on to you. Okay,
yeah, that was me over over Alaska?
Canada or Alaska.
Yeah. So how long have you been producing and singing?
So Mike's Dead was founded in 2018, I think, like during the summer. I have been doing music since I was probably professionally since I was like 21. I got into it when I was 18. I mean, I started DJing actually.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, that's how I got my foundation, was DJing and making shitty beats on Fruity Loop when I was like 18. Back when like EDM was like slowly becoming a thing, and I was like, yo, this is really cool. And I kind of got sucked into that world. And then, next thing I know, it's, kept progressing and became my own vocal project. And it's just been, it's just been going.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you're from California originally, or is that where you kind of grew up?
No, I'm from Washington, D.C.
Oh, D.C.
Yeah, I'm
Dave Grohl country.
I'm East Coast.
East side.
I moved to Los Angeles when I was 20 to go to school.
Okay. So now you're a producer, rapper. I love that you're a DJ, because that explains now all the influences in your music. I mean, there's industrial, there's rock, there's electronica in there, there's hip hop, there's a little bit of everything, which makes sense if you're a former DJ, because you kind of got to play everything normally, right? I know that you mentioned in previous interviews that New York hip hop and Linkin Park were sort of your foundational music. Talk to me about maybe Linkin Park, and I'll tell you a Chester Bennington story.
Please. Yeah, so Linkin Park, I mean, when I was growing up, this was CD era. It was pre-iPod.
We're all old, so we're actually even before that, so we understand.
Oh, no, I know. I remember my dad actually, he put me on to Linkin Park, and I think it was like Meteora and Hybrid Theory at the time, because he loved them. And I think that was kind of how he found influence. It was that and MTV. And I was only like 12 or 13, so my parents probably didn't want me watching MTV too much. And so I remember I had like 2 Linkin Park CDs, like a Good Charlotte CD, Simple Plan CD, and then Gorillaz are also a huge influence of mine. And once I got to the iPod level, I could start really diving into the hip hop side. I have like an MF Doom tattoo on my calf. Cool. Big L, Big Pun, like all the New York stuff, Gangstar, those guys.
Nice.
But yeah, Linkin Park, definitely, they were my first show. I think I was 13 or 14, and my dad took me there, and it was Korn was direct support, which is crazy, because I remember my dad being like, cover your ears. And it was like a huge euphoric experience for me, because I'm 13. I look up to this band so much. It was like the one band that I resonated the most with. And it was a huge production. At this point, they were already doing like, amphitheaters and, so they had a massive influence. They still do. Their new song is phenomenal. It's so insane hearing Chester's like Meteora vocals nowadays.
Right. Agreed. I got to meet Chester, back in what was that, 95, 96, when he was in Gray Days. I was living in Phoenix, Arizona, and he had a band called Gray Days. I actually hung out with the bass player Mace. And this is back when he was a skinny little, he had dreadlocks and all that stuff, right? And he was really quiet, a super nice guy, but he didn't really talk much. He was just kind of like, I think he was really struggling with his drugs too, if I remember correctly. They all kind of were. Not all of them, but I know Mace had some struggles too, but all really cool guys, really nice. And Gray Days was blowing up. And this is when grunge was still the height of things. So I don't know if you've heard any of the Gray Days stuff.
I have not.
The surviving band members have got the rights to release the vocals that they had recorded. So I think they've re-released everything, and they have stuff in the vault. So they're re-releasing now. So if you find them, I think it's Greydaze.
I'll have to go down a rabbit hole with that.
Yeah, for sure. So cool band, and it was interesting meeting them the few times I did. So, and then later I didn't even realize it was the same person.
Yeah, I think it's funny because obviously now Shinoda has his own project, and that's something that I've always. It's like one of the bucket list things. Yeah, especially because I'm in the hip hop side of things, is being able to get Shinoda on a track and have that come full circle from 13-year-old Mike to to now. That's
nice.
Awesome.
Well,
I took the guys to their first strip club in New York.
Yeah.
Lincoln?
We did the marketing. He did the marketing on that, and Andy Gould was the manager. His company. So Andy's my best friend. So we did a lot of work with that. With the band.
That's awesome.
Very nice. So you have a single out right now, and this is a cover. I'm not going to say it's a garbage cover. It's a cover of a garbage song. And for those of you youngins out there, Garbage, hell of a band. So, and you picked Number One Crush to do a cover on. And what I want to do, I want to play about 30 seconds of it, because that's all I can do. And then we're going to come back and talk about the song Number One Crush. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Okay, Mike Stead, Number One Crush. Here's 30 seconds of it.
Pray for you, I will pray for you, I will sell my soul for something pure and true. Someone like you. See your face every place that I walk in. Hear your voice every time that I'm talking. You will believe in me, and I will never be.
Yeah. Okay, I want to start by saying you had mentioned earlier something about a progression, the way the song progresses. So we can only play 30 seconds of a song, but I really, really, really want to encourage everybody to listen to the full song, because I mean it really is a progression. That was the middle part of the song that I played there. His opening line, he starts off what I would say had some Manson influences. Kind of reminded me with the deep voice of the beginning of Sweet Dreams when Manson did that one. I don't know if that was one of your influences in there or not, or ideas, but that's what I thought of originally. And then it goes into the middle part, which we just heard there. And then all of a sudden, I'm telling you what, you got to hear the ending too, because he takes it to a whole nother progression. I like the song. I like the direction it went. So was Manson's Sweet Dreams a thought?
It wasn't necessarily a thought. I think naturally I have a baritone. And luckily on this song, I was really able to showcase it. I think in a lot of rock, it's like, oh, we want the big rock chorus. You got to sing in that upper, that as high as you can push it range. Versus for this, I definitely can see the Manson correlation with it. I think it's funny. The one thing we definitely did pull from was there's the Gregorian vocal part. Where all the lyrics drop out, and my manager was like, "You needed full till from like full Ramstein, like go into that baritone operatic vocal," and that was something we absolutely did pull from, because it just, and it worked because we made that the primary part of that. But yeah, the whole song, it's a 4.5-minute song. It's a little untraditional comparative to what modern stuff is. The 2.5-minute singles. And I mean, it's a risk. It's a risk that we wanted to take. It was like, we can play it easy and write radio stuff, but this is not that. And the original song, just the lyrics are so raw that I wanted to be able to deviate and give them that separation, like you were saying, that with the tension. The song comes in mellow, it ends mellow, but there's parts, those choruses that are big and almost pretty, versus that second verse that's all rasped over, aggressive, in your face, just starts to punch you out of nowhere. And I think this is my first chance to really be able to show fans kind of like a quote unquote journey, where it's like, yo, close your eyes, shut up, sit down, listen to the song, and kind of just go, oh, what the fuck is going on? And that's why, like, it doesn't feel to me like a 4.5 minute song. It feels like you're just kind of in it the whole time. And then all of a sudden it's like, that was that long. Damn. All right, cool.
Well, you just used the word journey, and I was about to use that. The song takes you on a journey. I want to go to Alon Fong for your thoughts and comments.
Yeah, I don't think the song length will be a problem for rock fans. Rock fans are used to tempo changes, key changes, everything in a rock song. So, pop and hip hop is going to shorter and shorter songs. To me, they don't even have a complete thought half the time when the song comes out. So this song, the original track by Garbage, was Shirley Manson on vocals, which is, a natural thing for I'm a baritone to cover, is to do a female vocals track and then translate it into a male baritone. So it works perfectly there. The original is such a strip club classic. It was off the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack. So if it sounds familiar to younger folk, they may know it from the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack, because I know that movie is kind of carried forward to younger people throughout the decades. It's funny. When I first heard the first verse, one of the things I said to Danny, I didn't hear that. I only heard a snippet of it. And now I hear this part of it. So I'm going to listen to the rest. I actually at first didn't really like it, because my whole point was there's so much emotion in the original track and the lyrics are really heavy and dark. And so for me, the first I'm glad you're taking it, like you said, you were big on a journey, and now I've heard it more. Now I the second time I listened to it, which is today, I'm liking it more, and I'm gonna go back and listen to the whole thing and hear the third verse and everything. Because my thing I said to Danny was, man, I don't know, that's such a classic, and he sounds fine. It's not like the vocal performance was bad technically or anything. It was just, to me, I'm like, man, Shirley has so much emotion on every word she sings in the original, and I thought you had missed that. But now that I'm hearing the second verse, and I'm sure going into the third and final chorus and verse, from what everyone's saying, it takes it to another level. So look, it's always been a very dark, sexy song. It's about obsession. It's about lust. It's about love. It's about unrequited love, and so there's all these dark things which really fit to me in the strip club and always have. So yeah, I'm excited to hear the rest of it. And now that I heard that part, I'm definitely on board. More, you know what I mean?
That was one of the stylistic choices I think that we did, where, and unfortunately, I think music has this, this thing right now where we all have this like really short attention span. So it's like, if it's not good in the first 20 seconds, you're like, this is a bad song. So, and I think that the difference on this is we wanted to come in soft. We wanted to come in kind of sexual. We wanted to come in where it's like I remember my manager when we were recording it, he's like, sing to the girl that you're trying to hook up with, like sing to the girl that you're like obsessed with. Don't, and slowly piece it together, like bring the tension in and out. And it starts with low tension, like you were saying, where you're like, I don't know, there's not a ton of emotion behind it. And then as it grows, it just plays with it in and out. It's more of the conceptual thing. If you listen to it fully through, you're like, okay, I see where you're going.
Right. Yeah, I totally get it. And I think that's a key point is in today's society, there's a short attention span, but even as DJs, we listen to so much new music. I'll listen to the intro, I'll listen to a little bit of the verse, I'll jump to the chorus, and that's it. Because I'm listening to hundreds of tracks a week. I don't have time to listen to everything all the way through. And you forget, before I became a music professional, I use air quotes, but when I was just a fan, you would just listen to stuff over and over and over again. Like you would listen to the whole, when the new Red Hot Chili Peppers album came out, I listened to it front to back on repeat for a month before I even, you know what I mean? And with the album cycle being gone, and it's everything single generated too. People forget that rock albums were really built around a whole theme, and like they all tied together somehow. You know what I mean? And that's disappearing as well. So I think that was an important point you brought up that I wanted to expound upon. Yeah. But great track, man. Good job on a tough cover. That's a classic.
Thank you.
To add to what you said, I think when the first time I heard it, I think when I first started hearing it, it was shock value, because there's a shock that, wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't realize, I just kind of loaded it and played it and didn't really even look at the title. I'm like, wait a minute, this sounds, all of a sudden, wait a minute, this is Garbage song. This is and it's different. So I think there was a shock value the first time I heard it. It's like, oh, I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely shock value.
So give it a chance, I guess, because even I was like, I love the original so much. It's almost like the sacred ground, man. Don't touch that song.
See, that's exactly what we've been experiencing. It's been very polarizing, which is
good.
I like that, I like that.
Me too.
Because what's happening is you get people that are like, yo, I know the song. I love this. This is just a reimagination. It's a rendition at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And I like where you took it. Like, I like this. And then you have the people that are like, how dare you touch this song? There's a reason no one covers that song. There's like one cover ever done to that. And it's like by a tiny little band. It's like, that's the type of music that if I'm going to cover, I'm going to go for that shit. I'm going to go for early nails. I'm going to go for early garbage. I'm going to go for that type of stuff where it's like the no-no zone of like the uncharted territories, because it's so fucking easy to just go cover Zombie by the Cranberries or go cover like a major Smashing Pumpkins song or something like that, where it's like, oh, we all know the record and we're going to sing along because it's that type of song, versus, you know, if someone goes and covers like, I don't know, something from like the Wish EP from Nails, like that's just like, all right, cool, you have balls, and that's what we wanted to chase.
And as an artist, I'd rather be hated or loved. I don't want to be in the middle. I don't want someone to go, that's the worst. That's the death of an artist.
Yep.
Well, we got another member on the call here that we never let him speak. We got Bob Chiappardi from StripJointsMusic.com.
You guys go on and on, which is great. You know, it's like
I'm trying to get you. You know, I mean, because we do get paid by the word, right? Oh,
yeah,
we
right,
don't.
exactly.
Oh, we don't. Oh shit! There goes Alon's check. Okay.
And you're the true music professional. You're the industry expert. So.
Yeah, Bob is with StripJointsMusic.com, and real quick, a plug for your company. All registered DJs and all people in the adult business, make sure you sign up for that program because it's free promotional music. StripJointsMusic.com. Now to the man himself, Bob Chiappardi. How's it going for you,
Bob?
Well, we just got it out to everybody last week. We did our what do you call it? Our
Dropbox drop.
Dropbox email that went out on Friday, so it's getting first quick reactions. But just like you guys have said, it's a polarizing thing, but people are digging it. So and it works great for the strip clubs. It's a perfect strip club song. It was and it now is again. So I think a lot of people are going to really dig a new rendition of a classic song. So we'll see where that goes. But when I heard it, I mean, I'm longtime friends with Mike's manager, Clay Bush, and we get on the phone and we talk. Wait, what are you doing? He said, "What are you doing?" I work with this great artist. You got to check it out. Blah blah blah. And there you go. And that's how this came about.
Very nice. Well, Mike, before we let you get out of here, I want you to get a chance to talk to your fans and plug your socials. So how can people get a hold of you and find out what's going on with you?
Of course. It's, Mike's Dead pretty much across most platforms. I think Instagram's Mike's.dead.
Okay.
We've got a headlining tour that is unannounced.
Oh,
I believe we announce it next week. We're going to be hitting the East Coast and the Midwest here this May and June. So if you want to come see us on tour, that's going to be fun as hell. It's lining up to be a really cool tour.
Good.
Yeah, if you want to just check out general music, all streaming platforms is Mike's Dead, and that's pretty much about it.
I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that schedule, especially when you said East and Midwest. Alon and I are Ohio people. He's Columbus, I'm Cincinnati. And of course, Bob's
we play. So we're not doing a club show in Columbus because we're playing Sonic Temple.
Okay,
we'll be there.
We'll be there. Yeah,
we'll see you backstage.
Dope. Yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah, we're going to be back in the press tent doing interviews, so we'll get to talk to you again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good. I'll tell you what, man, Mike's Dead, #1 Crush, great cover of a Garbage song by Garbage, originally done by Garbage. I'm going to be so careful.
Classic, Shirley Manson and the Boys.
Yeah, phenomenal, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to get this out to the entire strip club industry, DJs, entertainers. And by the way, entertainers, you like this song because I know more and more entertainers get to request their own music. Entertainers, tell your DJs about this one. It's on Spotify, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a lot of clubs play directly off Spotify. So entertainers, go tell your DJs about this one and start dancing to it. Mike, thank you very, very much.
Of course.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for listening to Panda Off the Charts, presented by the Professional Adult Nightclub DJ Association. Now you know what's new. Get a full list of tracks from this show and previous shows at pandaoffthecharts.com.